Hey, happy Friday, everybody. I was sitting here writing up some thoughts, and you know how you see those really long posts sometimes, and you're like, well, gosh, I'd like to know all about that, but I don't want to sit here and read all day. So as it was getting longer, I just thought I'm gonna hop on and talk very briefly, I hope, about what's going on and how today I'm getting to eat my words and choke on them. People call that eating crow, right? So this is how nervous I am. I'll tell you, I don't even know if I said, this is Jody Fisher. Hi. Whoever's on, I can't see who it is, so let me know who that is. But so I wanted to get on and talk about what I was just talking about yesterday. Hey, Helen. Hey, Catherine. I was talking about how we get ourselves to try new things, and you know, I was giving all these techniques. One of them was like, you just count down from 5 and you do it. So sometimes you get a friend involved and then you do it. So, you know, I was doing my coaching thing and sharing these great techniques so that I could inspire others to do things. And then today I ran into a situation in which, well, I'm having to coach myself, basically, is what the deal is. So here is the story. A few weeks ago, I was reading this book called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins, and it's a book to help you get through anxiety, and it's a book to help you get through how you talk yourself out of doing things. And generally what it is once you have, hey Ashley, happy Friday. Once you have the general impulse to do something new, the book says count down from 5 and then act on it. So don't talk yourself out of doing something. So I was reading this book. And then also several weeks ago, I got a notification from a military spouse group here in Tucson that there was going to be an opportunity to go up and ride in a tanker while F-16s refueled. And did other military spouses want to go? So I said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yes, I'll participate. Now here's the backstory about that. I'm a military spouse of 19 years, and my husband is a fighter pilot. There have been multiple opportunities where I could have gone up into the tanker. Hey, Jody, how are you today? Jody, by the way, Bella did this yesterday. Just want to let you know. Okay, here thing. So 19 years as a military spouse, my husband's a fighter pilot. I've had many opportunities to get the chance to either taxi in an F-16 or ride up in a tanker jet while he specifically flies and refuels, which is really cool, right? If you love somebody, then you support what they do. But I never, ever did it. It was always a resounding no, and there were 2 reasons for that. Fear of heights, and along with that, like an anxiety, like I'm talking about this, my hands are starting to shake. So an anxiety that's completely groundless, that I was just gonna get like sucked out of the plane, because that makes sense. Or like I would drop something and lean over too far and go rolling out of the plane, right? Or the number 2 thing was just giving time, because this is about a half-day adventure. You drive down, you get a brief, you get on the plane, you take off, you watch people refuel, you take pictures, you come back down. You know, you're not just like, hi, bye, you're talking to people too. And I always have something on my calendar. There's always something on my calendar. There's sometimes timers that are set. And in my universe, if there's something written on my calendar or I have a timer, then it must get done, because the universe acts as a big check mark to me. And if I get my check mark, I'm doing good. And if I don't, then I've done something wrong. So these are the 2 big reasons that I've never signed up in 19 years to do this. So back to the story. That was a few weeks ago. It was on a Facebook page, and I'm fairly new to the area, so I haven't met many of these spouses yet. And I didn't hear anything else about it. So I just thought, oh, it must not be happening. And so I was gonna get freed from it, like for me, I followed the rules and I followed the book and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, I'll participate. But then I get an out because then they didn't do it. So I never had to prove that I was turning my nose up at it, which it wouldn't be, but that I was afraid to do it. So this morning, my husband asked me what time I wanted to leave in the morning. And I asked him what for, because he had said, like, do you want to leave at 6:15 or 6:45? And it's Saturday. Like, who wants to get up and do that? I guess it's getting cooler. Maybe we could go hike, but don't leave that house that early on Saturday. I'm sorry. So he asked how early I want to leave, and I'm like, what for? What are we doing? Are we going hiking? Are we going up the mountain or something? And he says, for the tanker ride. And I thought, and I said, what? Like, I don't think that's happening. I haven't received anything. And he turned around to me and he's like, well, I've been getting emails. I filled out paperwork for you. He never said a word. So it's all been arranged. The universe is acting for me to get up in this big plane in the sky. Coincidentally enough, the last time I flew in July, I was actually surprised to believe that I was over my fear of flying. I actually enjoyed myself. I was looking out the window. I discovered for the first time you can see other planes out the window when you're flying. I was like, oh my gosh, do you see that plane? So I thought I was over my fear of flying. I guess I'm gonna test that tomorrow. But this whole thing sort of jumped up on me. Like I put on this shirt today, my insanity shirt, because I feel like I'm going insane. To my other military spouses out there who know me and who have heard me say 1,000 times that I don't know why I married a pilot, because I am afraid of flying and afraid of heights. Here you go. You can laugh and chuckle now because this is what I'm going through. And tomorrow I'm going to go through this, and these are the things. So if you have fear of flying, or if you jump in to try a new thing and you start to have some anxiety at the last minute, here are a few things you can do. And I share them with you because I'm going through them myself right now. One thing I would say, don't drink coffee if you normally don't drink coffee, because I did that this morning, and obviously it's spinning me up even further. So a couple things you can do. One, remind yourself why you decided to do the thing in the first place. So I know that we are running out of time in my husband's Air Force career, and I won't get this opportunity as easily, if at all, here in the next few years. So I definitely need to take advantage of it. That is the reason I'm doing it. I'm not going to weenie out. I'm going to ride in this tanker, and the door is going to be open, and I'm going to see other jets flying up, and I'm going to be fine. Here's number 2, what you can do. So I'm going to enjoy what is unique about the situation. So I'm going to go in there saying, I get to see something really cool that a lot of people do not get the chance to see. I'm going to get to meet some new people, and I'm a people person, so that is exciting to me. And I'm going to have a memory now and a connection to something my husband really loves. So those are 3 things that I'm going to remind myself to get myself there. And then one more thing. So this is about anxiety, and this goes back to that book. So again, if you didn't hear it at the beginning, 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. I'm going to take with me a picture of something fun we are supposed to do tomorrow evening, well after the fact of doing this tanker ride. And if I become anxious about being on the plane and I get a little bit fearful, I'm going to pull up those pictures of what I'm expecting. Now my husband, before my husband told me he had been getting emails and he was in cahoots on me getting on the tanker tomorrow, which I thought was canceled, only because I hadn't heard anything from anyone else, grabbed a bottle of Prosecco and said, are we going to celebrate tomorrow? And I was like, well, Prosecco is worth celebrating no matter what. So in my mind, I'm going to think I'm going to drink Prosecco if I get anxious while I'm on this plane and looking out at jets. So I'm going to drink Prosecco. I know my son will be here visiting for the weekend, so we're going to spend family time, all 4 of us together. And I'll have to think up of one other thing, like maybe make sure we, go in the pool or sit in the hot tub or something tomorrow. So 3 ways I'm going to get through something that makes me anxious and a new situation that maybe I'm not so excited about once the moment appears. And those are, again, I'm going to remember why I decided to do it in the first place, because that's the reason that got me to act. I'm going to think of 3 really great things about the experience that I know I will walk away with and have forever. And then the last one is I'm going to picture, just in case I get anxious, some other events that happen after the fact. Because for me, if I think about it after the fact, I already know, my mind can say, oh, well, if you're enjoying Prosecco after this plane trip, then the plane trip went just fine. So it's sort of a mind trick. So I have some things that I will think about if I get anxious. So I just wanted to share that with you. Obviously, that would have been a totally long post. I hope people watch the video to understand what I'm going through. But I thought, because I spoke so emphatically about trying new things yesterday and how here are all the ways to get yourself to do it, and now I'm facing it today and I'm getting anxious over it, I thought I would also share what to do once you're in the moment with the new thing. So I hope you have a wonderful Friday. I hope you really enjoy something that's new for you. If it makes you anxious, I hope you can take my tips and get through them as well. And other than that, have a wonderful weekend. Catherine, thank you so much. She said good luck tomorrow, for those of you who might not be reading comments. So I appreciate that, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.